What's up? What's happening, Credit Cleanse fam?
Hey, hey, hey. All right. If you are on here, go ahead. Y'all know what to do. Take this time to share, tag. Somebody else out there might need this information just as much as you do. Do not be no hater in these streets. Hello, Kalia. I'm going to do the same. Share, tag. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, if you are on here, go ahead. Share, tag. We're going to go down through there. This is for all our business owners or our people that are thinking about going into business. One thing that I'm noticing is a lot of businesses out here do not have business credit. Guys, business credit definitely going to take you to a whole nother level when it comes to running your business. We want to see everybody out here winning in these streets. All right. Hey, Marquita.
What's up, Miss Marquita? Man, we still having the case on the Mondays, y'all. And be
Mm,
like that, though.
yes. Sometimes they do. All right, King, you ready to get started?
Sure, yeah, let's go.
All right. I'm your girl, Kyra,
And I am your bro, Keem.
and we are Credit Clans.
Yes, we are. So some of you may call us financial literacy experts or credit repair experts, but honestly, we just trying to be professionals with a personal touch. Thanks to our dope marketing and PR team, we have been in numerous media outlets. I'm talking about front page of the newspaper. Mama, I made it. Your son is famous. We've been in multiple magazines, including Texas Bill. We've been on the radio as guests. We had advertisement on the radio. What else, Kyra? What else good stuff we done had in these streets?
All right. We also out here speaking. So we have definitely been doing public speaking everywhere to make sure that everybody out here is getting educated on credit, period. And we have a book on Amazon. That book is called Stop Paying Their Mortgage, Start and Pay Your Own. Of course, we know that's a long title. So you can type in Credit Cleanse. That's credit with a K, cleanse with the K. And it definitely pull up that book. If home ownership is your goal, guys, this is the book for you. It tells you everything as far as from the beginning, how do you get so much of a home? Break that down with your DTI, your debt to income ratio. Is going to tell you how to cleanse that credit yourself. It's also going to educate you on those student loans and go down through there when it comes to finding out programs that's in your area that can help you when paying down for the down payments or for your closing costs. So if home ownership is the goal, definitely check that book out on Amazon.
Absolutely. So look, if you follow Credit Cleanse, then you know that we get that we do coaching and mentoring, but also we're not above the process because we get coach and mentored as well. Shout out to the GOAT coach. Our coach
Well,
sits on the board for Experian as a subject matter expert, along with being a global business coach and being like a guru when it comes to this real estate and crypto.
yes, yes.
So look, when it comes to this, we're not good at it. We low key fire at it. But at the end of the day, look, guys, you can call us financial literacy experts, credit repair experts. But honestly, we prefer to be called bridge builders because we find out where our clients are, where they want to be, and then we bridge that gap. In most cases, that is financial.
All right, so y'all know what to do. This is the time. Go ahead, put a one in the chats. Let us know that our audio is good and that y'all are able to hear us. 11111. We love for y'all to be actively engaged. One thing about is the more actively engaged you are, the more sauce that we are going to give you so that you can be winning in these streets. Of course, if there's no engagement, guys, we cut this off because this is one thing we're already doing. We're living it. We're spreading it to our kids, but we want y'all to be able to do the same thing. I need to see everybody out here winning in these streets. All right, I see them ones rolling in. Hey, Almond Joy. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Katie. Hey, Miracle. Hey, Kalia again. Make sure I didn't miss nobody. Miss Marquita. All right.
Hmm. So, okay, I see this cafe. Can your business survive? Talk to me. What is that about?
Hmm.
Say, can your business survive?
Oh, yeah. So I want to know, like, as far as for the people, um, you came into entrepreneurship, right? It was to for the freedom to be able to do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Move when you want to, not have to worry about having to clock in or anything like that. Ask for some time off. But what I want to know is for everybody out here that has a business, are y'all able to survive? Let's say something were to happen and you had to step away from your business. Would your business still be running or will it cease at that time that you're going through whatever you're going through?
Hmm.
So, for my business owners, are the ones that are thinking of getting into business, um, being an entrepreneur, like let me know. One, if yeah, my business can survive without me. I ain't got to be present. It's running smoothly. Payroll will still go on. I'll be able to expand even with me out of it. Two, if you're like, not really. I am my business. Let us know. This is gonna help us kind of, which way to go. Do we have a more so of a lot of people that, yeah, my business can run smoothly? Or no, I am my business. Definitely tell me how, what
Yep.
I need to do.
And you can definitely put a zero if you don't have a business yet.
Yes. So 0 if you don't have a business yet. 1 is you got it. Good. 2 is nah, I need your guidance. Let's go. My business at this point, it will stop. I'm okay. Thank you for being honest. So we got 2 business owners in these streets right now.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, what the first thing I said, please be actively involved. I'm telling you, that's the more sauce. We're gonna help y'all be able to run a little smoother in your business. But in order to do so, we definitely need some feedback as well. Anybody else? Zero. I don't have a business. What? Nobody? Okay. Hey, Miss Mia. See a couple of people I know on here. Miss Miracle always can use some guidance. Thank you for that. Yes, I definitely just want to know, like, if you know that you are the business and that if you stepped away from your business it would stop. Let's say if you took a vacation, it ain't even got to be like an emergency. You took a vacation today. What happens? Does your business keep running or does it stop while you are on vacation? You close your doors while you're on vacation. Okay, you want to go from there or?
Yeah, let's just let's talk about our journey. So looking back at it, Kyra, if you were just starting out, what's some things that you would keep and what's some things that you would change?
All right. One is being a business. Like when you go into business, you kind of want to do everything. You want to
Mhm.
run like the whole entire show. Get it? Not. I'll be done with that. Also, well, I'll stop right there and we can go on that. But yeah, that would be one thing that I would. You can't do everything in order to scale. It's okay in the beginning, but if you want to get to 6 figures, 7 figures comfortably, then you have to let go. You have to do what you're best at and kind of hire other experts on other parts of your business.
And that makes sense. I think even before I get there, I think one of the things that hurt us in the beginning is not having that structure. We were just like taking, y'all know how when you cook spaghetti, you take a noodle and you throw it against the wall to see if it stick. Yeah, that's what we were doing. Don't say I'm country nor ghetto, because I know y'all done did it at least once. And if you didn't do it, you definitely seen somebody else do it. But yeah, like when starting a business, it's just like taking a trip, like a road trip. Now nobody actually jumps on the road like, well, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm going somewhere. And then you just hop on the road. It's like, no, you'll in your mind you're going to California, but you might end up in Iowa. You gotta have some direction. But that's what we tend to do with our businesses. Instead of actually planning to see one, where is it that I actually want to go? What am I going to need in order for me to get there? About how long is it going to take me to get there? Those same questions that you would ask for a road trip is literally the same thing when it comes to your business. So yeah, one. So for if so, the whole takeaway from that is one: choose your destination and plan the course. Plan the course.
Yes, yes. All right. Another thing I probably would say would be the big part of it all, using our own capital, our own cash, our own our personal credit to
Yeah,
fund
it's
the business.
yeah, it sucks trying to fund a business out of your pocket. Can it be done? Yes, but it makes you really uncomfortable. And honestly, it's almost like a bad financial decision because you can't plan for everything. I don't care how good you think you can. Is some fires are just going to pop up. And you're going to have to deal with certain things, and you definitely want to have like. Not only do you want to have enough for what you think you need, but you also want to have some reserves as well. It's a reason why they give you so much business credit and business funding. They know what it takes to build a business. Some of us think like, no, I'm about to take this $15,000 and I'm about to start this trucking business until you find out insurance wasn't as cheap as it was, or you need certain equipment, or you didn't have enough to, for working capital for the next 3 months, or maybe some unforeseen, or state of Texas did something different for my people that's in Texas. The state of Texas came up with some new stuff, and now you got to pay for this as well. it get crazy. Don't try to fund your business out of pocket. If right now, if you're planning on starting or you're like in those early stages, stop trying to fund your business out of pocket.
Yes,
Some people go through financial ruin because of that.
right. Did y'all know 85% of businesses fail, and it's because they aren't able to keep up with the funding part, the working capital. They're not able to expand. Guys, when we talk about business credit, I know some of y'all just like, oh, it is what it is. I keep on doing what I've been doing, and that's just using my cash. Okay, I get it. But on the personal side, guess what? When situations, let's say you do have a trucking company and that truck breaks down, that truck is expensive to get fixed, right? Well, if you're using, let's say you maxed out a card, guess what? Now it makes it hard for you to even get any more funding because they see them maxed out cards and they're like, up, you're going through a financial situation. I'm not going to give you any more money. Guess what? If you had built up business credit right when you started your business, something like that were to happen, well, for one, they're going to give you 10 to 100 times more on the business side versus what they would on your personal side. That's for one. For two, you can max out if something were to happen and you had to max out one of those business cards. Guess what? You still are able to get more funding. You're still able to get more credit because they understand as a business owner, your expenses are going to be higher than they would on the personal side.
Thanks.
Your personal was made for personal living situations. It wasn't made to fund your business.
Yeah, especially even how credit cards work on the personal side, they're not made to fund a business. Because if you go a pinky toe over 30%, that score going down. It's going down like a young jock in 2006. It's going down.
Right. And on the business side, guess what? They're just worried about you paying your bills on time.
Yeah,
Make those
that's
payments.
facts.
What if, let's say that you are growing faster than you thought you would, so you do need employees and like you need to hire somebody quick because you're just getting so many orders and you like, oh my gosh, I can't do this myself. I'm doing everything now. I'm being customer service. I'm being technical support. I'm being just everybody. And you need to hire some people on. If you're funding your business from just a person, do you have that to now pay for an employee and not be telling them, oh, I ain't got it right now. We gonna have to wait next week. Like, are you able to take on somebody? Or like if you have business credit, guess what, guys? You would what I say 10 to 100 times more on your than you would on your personal side, right? But now that gives you a cushion to get payroll still running in the background, whatever, while you get your products up and you figure out some other things to bring in more income.
Another big one is having a team. You cannot do everything by yourself. I don't care how smart you think you are, how dedicated you feel that you are, how much drive, how proficient you feel that you are. You cannot do everything yourself. And even if you do it all yourself, you're not going to do it well. You need to hire a professional to do them professional things. Me personally, I suck at marketing. Okay, I'm just not that great at it. So that's something that I need to pass off to someone else, especially because marketing is so important in your business. Another thing is if you suck at customer service, you know that you're short tempered and you'll quick to cuss somebody out. You probably shouldn't be on the phone because you're gonna lose your customers. You need to get somebody that can deal with those type of people and can keep the business going. Because sometimes you got to play nice. Sometimes your customers may call you and they did wrong. However, they still are the ones that's paying you. So that means that you got to put up with a certain amount of their BS. And if you know that you short tempered, don't let somebody else deal with that. Look, I am a visionary. Okay, I'm a I can see the whole picture. That's what my superpower is. So I need to stay in my lane as much as possible. I'm also good at like video content. I'm good at putting like words together. I'm good at phrasing. I'm good at kind of good with the American language. My punctuation may not be the best. However, I'm good with this language stuff. So, and again, that's me, know thyself. So I know that I can write it, but I gotta have somebody come back and edit it. Like, hey, you want to proofread this? Make sure I ain't doing nothing crazy.
Right.
So bottom line, guys, hire the right people for the right job. Don't try to do it all yourself. That's a huge one. And we went through that too. Look, you're sharing that pain, all right?
We are.
I'm sharing my pain with you, okay?
Right. And honestly, I'm going to say, like, that's really the best thing. I want to get on here because I want y'all to be thinking about, as far as for those of you that are in business already or thinking of a business, I want this already to be out there. We definitely, by being first generations on both ends, we have been through a lot of stuff that I'm pretty sure could have been avoided if we had someone to kind of guide us or be like, hey, this happened off top. Don't do this. I wish we had somebody coming on the live and saying, hey, get this together.
All right. So look, so that we're not being negative, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be no negative Nancy, you ain't gonna be no negative Nathan. Let's talk about some of the things that we did well when it came to business. So tell me what's something that you feel like we've done well.
Being ourselves.
Okay, yeah, be yourself. Oh yeah. Whew. Don't try to be like your favorite social media influencer. We already got one of them. And people are not going to love the carbon copy as much as the original. Yeah, be yourself. It's something about you that makes you really dope, that makes you really interesting, that makes you really unique. So do that. Trust me.
Yes.
Do that. And you know what?
Go ahead.
I was about to say that honestly, you'll think that that's like one of the most natural things in the world. But I was afraid to, kind of put that, I've been incarcerated and stuff about, being in the military. Like I was nervous about that. I was extremely apprehensive because when we think about some of the mistakes that we made in our life, what is it followed by? Shame, guilt, regret, remorse, you know what I'm saying? And all those type of words. However, that's in your mind. But what you're not realizing is it's a lot of people out there that went through the same thing you went through. They're going through the same thing that you're going through. And they can grow through from what you went through. So it's not your job to hold that experience and that expertise that you got from being a dumbass. Like you got to share that so you can prevent somebody else from going through some of those same things.
Yes. And it definitely, it means a lot, like, especially for the people that know you and they see how far you come. Like, I hear it all the time, like, dang, motivation, like, you really motivate me. You inspire me. Like I said, for those of you that do know us, like, I had my first child at 16. How are you looked at if you having a child at 16, right? Being told you will be nothing, you know what I'm saying, and getting a degree, and then going from there. Now I have my own company, I'm at home, you know what I'm saying, living, enjoying my kids. Like, a lot of people like, dang, you came a long way. You could have took that and ran with it. You could have just lived off Section 8 and been okay with it, because everybody's putting in your head, oh, that's all that's going to come about because you had a child at 16.
You know what's crazy? She could be selfish and hold all that in. Like at the end of the day, she can say like, well, technically she made it. Not only did she have a career out of it, she's a budding entrepreneur. Like with, I'm gonna say pretty much statewide recognition. Like at the end of the day, I mean that's successful. So she could just be cool with that and just rock with it, or she can go back and tap into that person that's in the thick of it. Because there's somebody that's still like a teenager and they still trying to figure it out. It's a person that's, that they had their child and they're trying to juggle it. Like, yo, I want to be the parent that I want to be, but I also want to finish school. Like, I also want to have a career, and they don't know which to go left or right. With Kyra, she's so far removed from that. It's been so long ago. Like, she's like, oh, I remember when I was there. Like, oh, this is what I did. This is some of the resources. You can teach them resources. You can teach them about mindset. Like, hey, this is how you're going to beat this. You need to get around the right people. Or you need to go apply for these programs. She has so much wisdom. You, as the entrepreneur, you have so much wisdom and experience for the next person to borrow from, to take from, to add to themselves. Like, yo, like who are you to hold that? I mean, like at the end of the day, who are you to hold that away from the world? And
Right.
that's what a lot of us are doing by not being ourselves.
Right. And
Y'all
I
gonna have me on here preaching tonight, man. What,
and I
go to the collection plate.
I want to touch on though. I want everybody on
Hold on, what
here.
you touching on? What?
Touching
What kind of live is
love in
this?
your
What kind of
body.
live is this?
But seriously, I want everybody like to, oh my gosh, I was about to say something else that was rolled out there, but dig deep as far as when it comes to your business. A lot of us went into business. What was the main reason? I know for one, for me, was the freedom. I wanted to enjoy my kids. I wanted to really see them grow up, not being, because I'm a nurse. So I was working 12 to 16 plus hours. So my thing was, I need the freedom. And I saw what credit did for me. But when it comes to the business side, guys, we were told from the beginning about business credit. We need to build it. It was like, oh, we got this. Our personal on par. Whoop, whoop. But business credit is where it's at. And it's more of a cushion there. So if you believe in what you're actually doing, I need you to also believe that this is for the long term. This ain't something that you just gonna have today and it's gone tomorrow. It's a side hustle. No, this is something that you should be thinking like, hey, if something were to happen to me, I know what I did is like I'm leaving behind my kids more than debt. I'm leaving them deeds. I'm leaving them land. I'm leaving them something
Leaving a
besides
will
just.
and not a won't.
So when it comes to business, guys, do the same thing. You see it, you see the vision, take that time while you are building your business, build that as well. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
So now look, if you know that you love to golf, right? You like, man, I spend all my free time golfing. And if I can't go out and golf, I'm watching it on TV. I know how old Tiger Woods was when he entered his first PGA tour. I know every golf club. I can feel a golf club and I know the sizes, right? You'll have somebody like that, but they sell cars for a living. Bruh, your passion, your interest is in golfing. Why would you go and sell cars? And that's what a lot of us do. I don't care what you do. You can be like, man, look, I really don't like to do anything but gamer. It's people that make a lot of money out here gaming. You can literally coach people on how to become like a professional gamer. People teach people how to play Call of Duty. Whatever your passion is, that's what you need to do. That's what you need to put your money behind. That's what you need to put your energy behind and turn that into a business. Don't jump into something just because you think the money's going to be good.
Right.
Because if you're not making any money, that means that you're not going to be able to sustain that business. You're not going to want to do it. Don't nobody want to do nothing they hate if they ain't getting paid for it. Like that's just real. But if you know you love golfing, it doesn't matter if you get paid or not. Like, nah, I'm still gonna be into golf. I'm going to be into that. So look, bottom line, Keem, what are you saying? I'm saying go with your passion. Be in it for passion, not for profit. Be in it for passion, not for profit. Because if the profit's not there, the passion still will be. I'm just saying.
I likes that.
No, cool. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I'm not saying you can definitely do your passion. You know what I'm saying? And put that profit
Hey,
into something that's
might
going
want
to
to
be
make a
more
profit.
profitable. Yeah, absolutely. But still, even if you know that's the case, now even so, look. Let's say I'm selling cars. I know I love me some golf, but I'm gonna sell these cars. I'm gonna find a team of people that loves cars, that knows cars. They talk about cars, and if they can't sell cars or drive a car, they're somewhere looking at a car. I want to have those people around you. So your team is going to be important. Have people around you that's going to believe in the vision, even if you get blindsided. Because sometimes it happens as an entrepreneur. You find me somebody that's successful and tell me they ain't almost quit, then I'm gonna tell you somebody that ain't been through nothing.
Right.
Every coach that we came across was like, yo, I almost quit. I almost quit that time I had cancer. I almost quit that time I got divorced. I almost quit that time my business failed and I lost. I was $60,000, $80,000 in the hole. Like, yo, it gets real out these streets. We talk about all the fun stuff, but it gets real out here. So if you don't have one, people around you that's going to keep you to remind you of the overall vision, and two, if you don't have passion in what you're going to do, you're going to fail. I'm here to tell you, you going to fail. You going to fail. Do what you love to do, not what's popular or not what's going to pay you the most.
True.
But anyway, we was talking about what we did right. What's another thing we did right? We got out in these streets.
Yes.
Some of you talking about, man, I want to start this business, but what you doing? Your ass in the house watching Shameless. I only said that because that's my show right now. I be in the house watching Shameless. But we were out there. We going to seminars. We attended seminars, and before you know it, we actually hosting seminars and we're speaking. If we wasn't doing that, we going to these little trade shows and little workshops. I'm talking about, we thought it was going to be a banger, and there's only 4 of us out there. But you know what? At the end of the day, we was there. And guess what? It was 4 of us, and we ended up signing them up as clients. And they brought somebody else on. So you never know. You never know what it's going to look like. Get out in these streets. Let people get familiar with your face. Let people get familiar with your brand. Like, we've been in rooms and like, dang, you knew the mayor was going to be here? I ain't knew the mayor was going to be here. You never
now
know.
He finna know who we are. Like, we gonna make it a point.
You never know who you're going to meet, and you never know who knows the important people. Pro tip: when you're out, always be present yourself well. Present you. Yeah, the damn Frank Gallagher, that part. Present yourself well, present your business well, and always be courteous to people, because you never know. We done came by somebody that on the outside looking in, this person like, oh, who's this little rinky-dink person? The whole time they know people at the radio station. They know people that at banks, they give out loans and all of this. They have relationships with these people. Like, oh, that's my cousin. Oh yeah, my aunt is over the Greater Chamber. You never know. So be careful when you walk out the door. You represent yourself and you represent your business. I can't drive that home enough.
Yes, like enough. Enough. Yes. I see some people pages. I'm like, wait, you a business owner out here in these streets?
Yeah, it's now. If you tell me, this is because I see my girl Angel on here. If you tell me your business is selling tacos, right? But every time I see you on your page, you twerking, I'm gonna be confused about what you're selling. I'm just saying. I'm not here to judge you, but keep it real though. So when you come across a new business, right, especially if it's a small business, what's the first thing that you do? You're gonna look them up, right? You're gonna look them up on social media, maybe look them up on YouTube, maybe look them up on Google. So if you know that you do like good work, you have good services, if a person looks you up, do you want the first thing that they see is you shaking what your mama gave you? I don't know. I don't want the mayor to see me like that. I'm just saying. That's not what I want. But I'm telling you, that's how the game goes. People are going, before they really rock with you, they're gonna snoop. They're gonna look and see what you about. They're gonna check your business page, check your personal page. I'm just saying. Do you have anything on your page that's gonna turn off your ideal client or any potential clients? Are you saying anything that's going to give them pause? If you notice, I don't speak about anything political. I keep that to myself. Why? Because my target audience may feel differently. And I want your money more than I want to prove my point. I'm just saying. I don't get paid to be a politician. So I'll sit in a social setting with my friends, and we'll sip and we'll talk about what we think. I'm gonna keep that off Facebook.
Hey, Miss Gail. Long time.
Hey, Miss Gail. Yeah.
Yes.
That is the first auntie of Credit Clans.
Yes, yes.
So what's something else that we did right that we can share with our people?
That we did right, because I feel like we did a lot of stuff. I mean,
we built relationships.
Yes.
Coaching and mentoring.
Yes. So
we put a lot of money into coaching, and not all of it panned out how it's supposed to. But at the end of the day, whether you're paying for coaching or you're just out and about, get around people that know more than you. That's what a coach is about. You're paying somebody that knows more than you, right? You're learning from their expertise. So even if you like bootstrap it, even if like, man, I ain't got no money to pay no coach. Okay, pull up. What's your pull up game looking like? Go where they're going to be at. Then and ask like, hey, This is who I am. This is what my business is. I'm trying to get here. Is there anything that I have that can offer value to what you do? Look, I should almost charge off of that. Matter of fact, my Cash App name is Antoine Dominique. Money sign Antoine Dominique. Because I just gave y'all some game, bro. I deserve $5 for that. Look, nobody ever asked the person that's doing well, what can I do for you? That even happens to my friends, right? They'll hit me up. They'll want to borrow something like, hey, man, can I borrow some money, this, that, and the third, right? But when they're up, they never ask. They say, bro, you good? You good? Like, well, no, I thought you was good. I mean, you always have it. Like, yo, it sucks being like the big dog in the group. Nobody ever checks to see if you're okay. So if you're leading with that, is it anything that I have that can add value to what you do? And list off your skills. They're like, okay, so what all can you do? It's like, well, and you might think, I don't do nothing. I may feel like that to my coach. He's like, well, what can you do? It's like, well, I know credit repair. Like, I do credit repair. Well, I took a videography class. Oh, you do videos? Like, yeah, you can edit. Yeah, I can edit. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with Premiere Pro. It's like, oh, bet you can make these videos and now you just built a relationship. You just built a relationship. And sometimes, most of the time, relationship is going to be more important than the money.
Yes.
Especially if somebody's like up there. If you know the person that you're looking at is up there, their money won't take you as far as their relationship will. Because now if you have a relationship with them, you're going to have a relationship with the people they have relationships with. And now you're going to look around and be like, dang, all these people are millionaires. All of these people have successful businesses that can pour into what I do. So
I was going to say, and what's going to happen naturally, what's going to happen is you're going to start making the same amount that they're making because they're pouring into you. Everything they done wrong or what they feel like your business could go, do something different and it'll go 10 times harder. Like they're going to let you know that. So eventually all the people that you hang, guess what? You about to match them, if not pass them. So why aren't you doing it?
All right, look, y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to hit my Cash App for real for this one because this is something I've never said before, and this is something I learned like on a sneak. One of our old coaches taught me this before he was even our coach. Stay and help clean up. It's like, what is you talking about? Look, when you go to these seminars, right? Everybody's putting on their Sunday's best. Everybody want to look good, and everybody want to be prim and proper, right? Then you want to devour this information, you want to consume this information, then everybody goes their way, right? Somebody has to clean that up. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the person that booked that venue. So dig. Now it's like that same thing I said. Is it anything that I have that can be of value to you or add value to you? Stay there and help them clean up because now you're giving them a chance to see you. You're giving them the chance. You're separating yourself from the. If it was 100 people in the room, it's hard for them to see you, right? But guess what? It says a lot about everybody that done left, right? When they feel like they got all the valuable stuff, and you're there, it's like, hey, y'all want me to help y'all put up these chairs? You need me to roll up these cords or something? Hey, y'all throw me a broom, I'll sweep in here. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got a vacuum? I'll vacuum. Yo, that says a lot about your character, and that will make people rock with you. Look, if you don't think it's true, when we went to Credit Fest in 2019, I heard dude say that he's like, if some people helped them set up the stuff, and he was like, he called them out. He's like, yo, I want to, I think he refunded them. He's like, hey, man, y'all good. He refunded their tickets or something crazy like that. Yo, that's crazy. He's like, yo, they help us set up. They came early to help us set up. So yeah, you can do that too. Show up early to help set up. Then I'm like, that's crazy. I never thought about that. I'm going to start incorporating that. So when it was time for everybody to close down and everybody tired, because we'd have been there for like 8, 9, 10 hours. Like I stayed. So now I talked to the dude that's doing videography. Actually, I talked to his assistant. He was a big dog. He was speaking. He was performing and all of that. But I talked to his number 2. And because I got in with his number 2, that gave me an ear to him. So, and I'm gonna shout her out, Panique. When I talk to Panique, like I'm asking questions about her craft and I'm just showing her respect and genuine interest. Like, yo, okay, what's up? I'm saying, like, what kind of camera is that? Or, yo, she just teaching me stuff. And she was like, yo, he want to sign up. He was like, man, don't be giving him too much, bro. He gonna have to pull up. And I'm like, man, no doubt. She's like, whatever. And so she just teaching me stuff, right? Boom, I sign up for the course. Then he get to know me. Now I already built that rapport with her. She already liked King. Why? Because I stayed in help. and I got to know her, and I gave her an opportunity to speak. Whoever talks to the assistant, only smart people. But most of the time, y'all want to talk to the person that's speaking. I want to, who has their ear? Like they performing here. Like this person right here is going to know them behind closed doors. So I got to know, and that wasn't my aim, but it just happened like that. So I got to know her. And when I started the class, she remembered me like, oh, what's up? You here? Found out I was cool. Then I got close to him, right? And it's time for us to graduate. So I had to buy I paid for this course. I paid it was like $800-900. It was a steal for real because I learned some good stuff. I had to buy my own ticket.
You got a discount because you already had a relationship with them.
I did get a discount. So that's a super steal because they taught me some valuable stuff. I didn't fly out, I drove. So I had to get a rental car. I went out to Atlanta and I stayed afterwards, right? After we graduated, everybody else bouncing. I was just posted up chilling. So now I'm talking to him. He done introduced me to his mentor. And I found out his mentor is somebody. I mean, his mentor is somebody. He done had Grant Cardone on his platform, done had a Wall Street Trapper, had Barney Harvey. I don't know if y'all know who Dorito Dave is or David Shands. He's that dude. Like he's like when it comes to podcasting, like he kind of set the bar when it comes to African American podcasters. Like he's like a big deal. And now, because I was talking to my dude, it's not his assistant, it was his partner. Talking to the partner, then I was talking to the man, and he took me to his mentor. And now I'm in a circle of these millionaires, and I'm like, that's crazy. I wasn't even here for all of this. Bottom line, look, I just gave y'all some. Let me see if my Cash App went off, bro. Because y'all got me. That was some sauce. That was some heat. Nobody teaches that stuff. Nothing. All right. The Cash App ain't went off yet. You know what I'm saying?
If y'all are still with us, go ahead and put a 2 in the comments. 2.
If y'all don't take nothing else from what we said, I don't care what it is. Even if you don't want to start a business, if you want to be around people that matter, if you want to be around the movers and the shakers, when you go to these events, you need to be the last person to leave and ask them, hey, do y'all need any help? Even if they say, oh, no, I'm good. I'm gonna walk around and pretend I'm picking up something. Y'all gonna notice me. That really matters because people don't do that. People don't do that. They walk up to them, shake their hand, and you're so amazing. You're my favorite influencer. I like all your pictures. And they're like, yeah, all right. I hear that all day. But what I don't see is somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, spending that extra time to serve. Hey, I really appreciate y'all poured in a lot, man. Isn't anything I can do?
And I'm glad you said that as well, because I definitely want to say we give a lot, right? A prime example is I did 2 posts. I posted them kind of close together because I wanted to see which one would get more traction. I knew. So I posted one that was talking about credit cleanse and a line mortgage came together because we wanted to give back to the less fortunate. So we were putting things together, blankets, whatever it is, because it's about to get cold here in Texas. And last year, it was a big thing. So this year was like, okay, we want them to be kind of okay, prepared, get them some snacks, blah, blah, blah. That post got crickets, and it was on there posted 2 weeks at least. Nothing. I posted about us giving like we always do. I just posted some money and I'm like, hey, if you guess this amount and you can have it. Do you know it was like over 100 and something comments on there? And I did it for a reason that I know not everybody's intention. Like you honestly do want to give back and stuff like that. But I needed people to realize like, hey, when it was for self, you was all for it. When it came to giving back and helping somebody else, it was dry. Why is that? And as a business owner, is that the kind of clientele that you want? Because honestly, you have to look at it at this way too. The more that you give, the more blessings that you're going to be receiving. And that doesn't mean money-wise all the time. That could put you in the doors that you probably couldn't get in before, and you're like, dang, how did I even get here? But just because you was blessing somebody else, hey, that type of stuff happens for you. You can't always be looking for self. So when it comes to your business, don't be always looking for the money part. What like whose life are you changing? Whose life did you make better because you are doing what you're doing? And I don't care what you do, you can find some, like, whatever it is. It's something that you're doing that's helping somebody else. Lawn care company, for me, it's helping me. Because I don't know the first thing when it comes to cutting my own grass and stuff. So yeah, it's helping me, but yeah. So it's the same way. Like, you have to really be into, you can't always just want sell. And that money is going to someone, but it wasn't any of those on that post that was just like, because they didn't even read the full thing. Because I put some dots on there to say, hey, there's no need to even guess this amount. The amount is this. What I was looking for is I just wanted everybody to realize, like, hey, you were quick to comment on this one to try to guess that amount so you could get the money. But what about that post I just put about helping somebody that's in need? $1 goes a long way.
So look, I know my military folks can relate to this. This will resonate with you. So if you were in the military, you know how you had certain soldiers that would hang out with the NCOs on the weekend? Like, they will spend their time going to their house, going to their barbecues and little parties and whatnot. I wasn't one of them soldiers. I'm like, yo, after hours, it's after hours. I'm lit. I'm on Rand's here somewhere. Me and my homeboy, we is turned up, getting into some mischief.
Turned up.
You know what I noticed? Ultimately, me and him had the same fate. Our exit out of the military was about the same way. And every single person that was going to the NCO's house for those birthdays or hanging out with the NCOs on the weekend, all of them got promoted. All of them had like lasting military careers. Now, a broken mindset would tell you that, oh man, he's brown. You just kissing, right? That's what a broken mindset will tell you. But no, they were really operating on a wealth and abundance. They were there. They were in the mix. They were there to be seen. They were building relationships. So when it come time for the board, and when it come time for the good stuff, who's the first person you're gonna think about? Chambers, who's never around except when he has to be there, or the person that showed up. You know what I'm saying? The person that bought that baby a gift. Like, you know what he did? Buy my baby that truck. Hey, nah, he can go ahead and do this one detail while everybody else work. It works. Look, if your boss gives you an opportunity to pull up out their house, you need to do it. I heard a comedian talking about that. He used to be my dude. If anybody remember Ari Spears from Mad TV, super funny, super talented dude, right? But he was talking about how he's like, you know, everybody would show up to Eddie Murphy's house. He's like, I never went to those barbecues and those parties because I'm not about to kiss no behind. I'm not going to brown nose. Ultimately, what happened to him, bro? You fizzled out. And everybody that was hanging around Eddie Murphy, because he is that dude, not just in comedy, but producing and writing, like, yo, these are the people who got those jobs. They got those gigs and they went to be very successful. Yo, it's about relationships. And anytime you can get close to the source, you need to. Especially if anybody's on here now and you're in the military, yo, put yourself in if you want to be successful in the military, put yourself in the circumference of those people that are already successful. If a person is an E7, E8, they're successful. And if you can hang with them, you can definitely learn some stuff from them. They'll teach you how to navigate those waters. And even if you mess up, they'll be more apt to show you a little bit of love, a little bit of leniency, versus somebody like me. I only show up when I'm supposed to, baby. Yeah, I hope y'all take that. Look. That take your business to a whole nother level. I promise you. After I met David Shands, I met everybody in that group. All of these dudes are multimillionaires. Everybody I named is successful, like super, super successful. They are the movers and the shakers when it comes to Atlanta. Anybody that's telling me I'm moving to Atlanta, I plug you into that circle. All of these dudes drive Lamborghinis, Lamborghini trucks, and Maseratis, and all these sports cars, and they live in the life that people dream about. And something so simple like, hey, I'm gonna stay and help put up these chairs, right? Plug me into that circle. You know, I'm about to move to Georgia on y'all.
Right.
Bye, y'all. Bye.
And you definitely, because even when it comes to me, just in the credit world, it's just like, wait, how do I get with this person and meeting multimillionaires, billionaires, like it changes you.
It does.
But
It's
definitely,
crazy.
yes, I definitely want. If anything, if y'all didn't get anything from this, I hope we are trying like helping y'all to kind of be not every role in your business because you can't do it all. In order to scale, you truly can't. Like you're gonna be at a standstill. And in order to scale, you have to have something that's gonna be there in case you do have to go to the hospital or a family emergency happen or you want to take a vacation. Your business shouldn't stop just because you exited out for a little bit. It should be able to still run smoothly on its own.
It's another thing. I'm gonna shut up after this. It You can find any entrepreneur, and I'm almost willing to bet dollars to donuts that they'll tell you that the best client or customer they ever had, somebody else brought to them. Like, oh man, such and such brought me this. Such and such brought me this person, or somebody connected us together. Yo, it really matters how you treat people. It really, really does. So if you want to be successful in business, you need to treat everybody like this is your last customer. You need to treat them like this is your only customer, because they're gonna send it to the next person. We had somebody reach out, and now he want to drop a bag just because he's like, nah, like I think it was his wife. He's like, nah, man, my wife spoke highly about y'all. He's like, I'm already sold, and now he's like, nah, you ain't gotta sell me. I'm good. Like, what's up? Like, that's crazy. But had we not, try to be the very best that we can be for that person, again, that goes back. You never know who somebody else knows. You don't know who we know. Like, I mean, we kind of told you, but you'll be surprised if you catch us in the right setting. So look, Angel, Miss Angel, the owner of I'm sorry, Angel, I don't forgot your business that fast.
Oh,
Oh, Omega Marketing.
Omega Marketing.
Omega the Mark. Look, I done took a trip to San Antonio and back. The owner of Omega Marketing. Omega Marketing. Omega Marketing. So she was kind of shocked and surprised when she went out there with Kyra, and then she see that all of these rich people know who Kyra was, and they was like, "Girl, come over here to the VIP seats. Come sit with us. Come sit with us." She's like, "Dang, like, how do you know them? You never know who somebody knows." And you're like, "Oh, that's Kyra. That's just your girl, Kyra, right?" But when you go out of state, when you go to Arkansas, when you go to Atlanta, bro, like, she's somebody. I mean, even here in Killeen, but like, yo, you don't know who all she knows. You don't know who all I know. You got to treat people right. You do right by people, and people are going to do right by you. I'm just saying. I'm off of that. I'm done. Y'all coaching session is over with, all right? Now, I hope y'all took this to heart. Even if you don't have a business, like, that's one of those life principles. Yeah, focus on serving first. This is something I learned about rich people. They love to help people. And they love to see people helping other people. For real. For real. Find somebody that's wealthy. Find somebody that's really living how you want to live. They don't live selfishly. Like, they don't. They always talk about how they're getting back. Their favorite charitable organization, or it's like, oh yeah, last week we just went here and we were feeding the homeless, or I just gave back to this basketball team. Like, that makes them feel good. And if they see you doing it, even if you don't have as much as them, they see that you're trying to serve too. Like, they'll rock with you. Like, oh, okay, tell me, what do you do? You're like, oh, I have a business. Like, oh, I know somebody that needs that cleaning service. Oh, I know somebody that needs their grass cut because she has a big yard and she hates to cut it. Boom, now you're getting clients. Shut up, Keem. It don't work like that. Nah, it don't work like that. No, it can't be that easy. Nah, it can't be that easy.
It can't be. I guess credit cleanse didn't come about.
Yo, if y'all are still with us, y'all show some love. Let us know, like, hey man, we appreciate that. Them some gems, some good information. Show a little love.
Yes. Show some love. Show some love.
Angel, I hope you're not on here because I'm sorry. She's like, how you forget my business?
I
love you,
so I also want to open up the floor. Won't you come today? No. And if y'all have any type of questions, go ahead, ask away.
Let them fly.
Yes. Ask those questions. I don't care. When it comes to credit, we know credit, okay? You ain't gonna stump us, okay? We got this. So business, personal, whatever, budgeting, when it comes to just making sure your doors open up, and how do you get people, how do you get clients, whatever it is. Ask your questions while you have us on here, because definitely if you hit us up after this, guess what, we send you the scheduler.
Mm-hmm. Look at how can one start a business properly without extra cash? Excuse me. How can one start a business properly without extra cash flow on hand, like if bills take up most of the household income? So if you want to start a business properly and you're bootstrapping, like one, you need to start off with a side hustle. You don't look, y'all. We don't have to go balls to the wall when it comes to this business stuff. Like, yo, start off slow. I'm hearing about people putting $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 in their business before they even get a client. Now, look, if you just got it like that, and it's needed in order to create that pipeline, cool. But for a lot of us, like, yo, you need to get your first client. That's what I think that's what I loved about that coach the first time we met him, because he was like, yo, look,
You can't do nothing else.
Y'all just paid me. Y'all need to recoup that investment. Off top, I'm talking about the first week. He's like, no, y'all need to get that back this week. I'm like, this week? Like, bro, you know how long it took us to get the pay you this? It took like 2 months, buddy. And I think even if we failed, I think we did get it back in the first week. And if it wasn't 1 week, it was 2. But just that mindset, he wasn't about us spending no money. He was like, what do y'all have? We tell him the systems and whatnot. He's like, oh man, I wish I knew. He said, I wish we had this conversation before y'all bought that. But it is what it is. We're gonna make the best of it. Like, yo, he was all about us not spending unnecessary money. Like, yo, get to the bag first. It was like, hey, should we get this system? Like, no, you need to make some money first, man. Get you some clients, then we can focus on that. So I say that to say this. What can you do? Start with a side hustle first. Don't go get no unnecessary stuff. I'm talking about even the LLC. If you only got 1 or 2 clients, what you need protection from? What you need? Look, all that ain't necessary. It ain't. It's not. That stuff comes when it's like, yo, okay, it's getting real. Like, okay, it's getting up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is keeping me busy now. But if you only got 1, 2, 3 clients, like, oh, you don't put the cart before the horse. We ain't here to make money, right?
Right. And if like, let's say that you are starting business and you just got to have that LLC. All right. Make sure it's a generic name. That way, even if you decide, you know what, I thought I wanted to cut people lawns, but you know what, I'm really into hair. If you have a generic name, then you can change out. But if you got something that actually says what your business is, ABC Lawn Care Services, now you can't use that name now for if you now open up a salon. It ain't gonna work. But like, have a generic name. And also when it comes to funding, guys, they don't want something extravagant. You kind of, when you add what your business is, a lot of times you are decreasing your funding off top. So if they saw, like, let's say it was credit cleanse, but let's say it was KK credits, credit repair. Guys, we just limited ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a high risk industry. So now when it comes to funding, if I didn't, like, let's say it didn't say credit repair in there, they would have possibly gave me $50,000. Once they saw that it's a high risk industry, now they dropped it down to, we're going to start you off with $5,000. Like, yeah. It gets real.
You could have did KK Co. And when it comes to like the credit repair space, doing business as credit cleanse.
Yep.
I better learn the art of that. We answered that. So when you say present yourself in a physical appearance or the way I carry myself. Oh, when you say present yourself, is this physical appearance or the way that I carry myself? Both.
Mm-hmm.
Both.
Period.
At the end of the day, look at the circle that you want to be in. Look at the circle that you aspire to be in. How are they dressing? How do they conduct themselves? Like attracts like. So, and I'm not trying to call you out anything. I'm just saying, just for the sake of argument, if you are wearing your club dresses when you out and about, like, are you going to be attracting your ideal audience or your ideal teammates or your ideal relationships? Are you going to attract them like that? Yeah, you got to represent yourself well. And again, an even bigger part of how you look is how you treat other people, especially people that matter. like other business owners, I ain't gonna say it matters what they think, but at the same time, I'm gonna say it matters what they think, because guess what? Business owners know other business owners. Broke people know other broke people, right? Rich people know other rich people. People with money know other people with money. You know what I'm saying? So just how you treat people when you're out and about, small stuff. You may be going to Avis to get you some jerk chicken or some jerk what are the things that I like? Them oxtails. You might be going there to get some oxtails, right? And you chopping it up with the business owner, and they see that you're nice, you're kind, you're courteous, and you might happen to have your business on your shirt. Like, oh, what is it that you do? Oh, my sister need her credit repair. Hey man, you got a card? Before you know, now that the sister then came and she done brought everybody else with it too, just from being kind and courteous, right? And I got to, because I be looking mean, just like, man, you smile in public. You know, I look big and menacing with these locks and whatnot. So I got to smile and talk to people.
I be looking mean.
Girl, about you friendly.
Well, yeah, when I get to talking.
So definitely experienced this at the VA Home Loan Seminar hosted by Lon Mortgage. Crazy gyms and networking just for cleaning late and helping clean up. Yeah. I promise you it works. It works. And if you're going to continue to go to those, start showing up early as well. Or like y'all have it at 7, I'm going to pull up at 5. Y'all need some help putting the chairs out? Now they're getting used to seeing you. They're used to your personality. Yeah, they'll plug you in like that.
All right. No other questions tonight? Any questions? Y'all got us. Like, ask away. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, Marquita. And I've been seeing you out here, Marquita, doing your thing. I'm very proud of you. You are like, I don't know even what to say on here because I
Man,
don't
Miss
want
Marquita,
everybody
one
in
of my
your
favorite people.
business, but you've been doing the dang thing. All right. Question. What are the high risk names again? It's not really what are the high risk names, it's more so the industry. So
Right.
when it comes to transportation, that is when basically if you're in trucking industry, you don't want trucking, you don't want transportation, you don't want alcohol, credit repair. This it's
Real
a lot
estate.
out there. You can actually look up what are high risk
Yeah, well,
industries.
high risk industries versus low risk industries.
Right. So it just means when you are forming your name, if you know it's a high risk industry, you don't want ABC Trucking Company. You want to put on there ABC Enterprises, or you know what I'm saying? You just want it generic. They're going to ask what it is. Okay, that's fine. But they just want, when they do a look, and a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to lenders and stuff, they don't really care to even find out really what your business is doing. They just want to make sure the structure is set up correctly. So if you have been with us this whole time, everything that we were saying, business phone, email, blah, 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 all of that is very important because that's what they're looking for. I posted today and said, I don't know who needs this, but if you are using your home address, that needs to change, right? Seriously. If they're looking, they want to just see, okay, is this a established company or is this just some mom and pop shop that they ain't really done nothing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some really cool.
Right. So just don't have like a high risk name. Put it a generic name. And then whatever if you want trucking in your name, when you create your LLC, underneath it, put a DBA and have what you want your truck, whatever the name is, trucking. But when it comes to funding, guess which name you're going to be using? That top one. So ABC Enterprises, that's what you would be using when it comes to getting your funding. That way they don't block. Instead of starting you off with 5,000, now they're really truly going to give you 50,000. They're going to give you 100K. So that's your hardest industry. Any other questions?
So I thank you guys for the personal insight on the business aspect along with the personal experiences. You are very welcome. Is Credit Cleanse getting a physical location in the future or will stay virtual due to COVID? Um, that's a good question. It'll slightly benefit us from having a physical location. We're actually considering that or thinking about like, should we just pivot? You know what I'm saying? Should we just pivot and do something else? Because at the end of the day, you can go to what's the biggest credit repair company in the nation? Them. They don't have a location you can pull up to. You know what I'm saying? Whoever them is to you, they don't have a physical location where you can pull up to.
Yes, for us, it would be more so if that was like hosting events and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because since we are able to in all 50 states, like we have clients all over. We're not just here in Texas. We have clients. When I say, I think we up to 34 now out of the 50, but we're able to. So yeah, we have clients all over. But I think if we got a physical location, it would be just so we can host some type of event to educate people on credit or educate them on how to leverage their credit.
Yeah, because honestly, like our target customer isn't about to pull up to our office. They're too busy running their own business. I don't know if y'all have noticed it. A lot of y'all are our core audience. Y'all like day one credit cleanse. We haven't been doing personal credit as much. Do we do it? Absolutely. We will still teach it as well, but it's just what's going on with the world. Just sticking with the times. A lot of people are focused on becoming entrepreneurs. They want to know like, how do I break into that? So we've really been focusing more on that. I don't want to neglect our target audience, but at the same time, hey,
And I'm honestly say, like, even when it comes to some of our day ones that started with us, guess what? Y'all are entrepreneurs now, and y'all
yeah, a
never
lot of y'all
even
starting
thought
business.
that y'all was gonna even go into that realm. And that's just because, honestly, being around us, being with us for that long, basically, we really just rubbed off on you. We
Yeah, for
want
real.
y'all to realize, like, yes, I don't know if the pandemic didn't teach, if it didn't teach anything else, I know it should have taught some of you, like, job security ain't there. And what do you do when you don't have it? Do you have another stream of income coming in? What if something were to happen? A lot of people lost loved ones. Were they left with deeds, LLCs, and land and all that? Or were they left with their loved ones' debt?
If I have a virtual address and list it as my physical address for shipping purposes, as far as let's say a box of toilet paper, can I use my home address as the shipping address? In most cases, you can. Like if you have your physical address as the virtual address, but they ask you where do you want to deliver it to, you can use your home address. Yeah, that's not
Yes,
a problem.
yes.
If credit cleanse is getting away from personal credit, who do you recommend in the future for personal credit needs? That's not what I said. I didn't say that we're going to get away from personal credit because we do it. Like if you need it, we got you. But when it comes to like the education, uh, again, we'll still do it, but we've been servicing more business owners. Those are the people that pull up more than anything. And at the end of the day, the business owners are like a less of a headache. We just call a spade a spade. We're definitely down to teach, personal credit, personal finances. We're here for that. Uh, but just due to the pandemic, we had to pivot. We literally had to pivot in our business because that's what the focus is. Once the pandemic hit, people seen that my job ain't as secure as I thought it was. It's not no security in this. I need to have me a side hustle. So we have to help people facilitate that as well. Do you want me to give you what I think you want, or you want me to give you what you need in order to survive and thrive out here? Let me say this. Have y'all noticed that it's pretty much no middle class anymore? is either you got it or you don't. You're rich or you're poor. Like they're literally phasing out the middle class. So some of the same things that you were able to afford 2 years ago, some of the homes, some of the houses, some of the apartments that you were able to afford just 2 years ago, you really can't afford anymore. And guess what? They're not paying you any more money now, are they? So like, how do you make more income? Like, how do you generate more income? So like, I'm thinking about what is it that we need. Again, we got into personal finances because this wasn't talked about in homes and schools. It was really needed. Although it's still needed, there's a more immediate presence needed in another area. We need to get our money together because it's turning into the Hunger Games out here, and it seems like ain't too many people really paying attention.
And I
Shit.
want to say this when it comes to your personal, yes, all day, definitely gonna tell you to leverage it. But guess what's also going to come out of that conversation? For our clients that we didn't got like 60K on their personal side, guess what? The next thing we said, okay, what you doing? What are you doing? What are you gonna do with this credit right here that you have to make sure that it's constantly making you money? Usually that is getting into real estate. Maybe they rent out a property. Maybe they're doing fix and flips. Maybe they're, whatever it is, holding, whatever. But 9 times out of 10, that conversation goes there. So the people that graduate, guess what they go to? Our business side. And why is just because this is what they hear from us, but also they really get to thinking like, okay, I do have 60K on my personal side. You telling me I can get 10 to 100 times more on my business side if it's set up correctly? Why ain't I doing that? And you telling me that now that opens up the doors where I can actually purchase a property and not have to finance it? Why am I not doing that? Are you telling me that I can take trips and it be considered, instead of the vacation, even though this is a vacation, now this is a business expense because I answered a call, I did whatever, I did some type of business while I was there. So you're telling me, why wouldn't I be doing this? So you telling me that I can actually watch my kids grow up and I don't have to worry about taking off and I getting rejected and either putting myself at risk of getting fired or whatever when they tell me, no, I can't take this time off, but I have this and I'm secured over here. Why wouldn't I be doing it?
So
That's what I want y'all to be looking. That's what I really just, period. I want us to, we talk about the wealthy, we get mad at them because they get these tax breaks and everything else. Okay, instead of being mad, why not join them?
y'all know why Dunkin' Donuts changed their name? Can anybody tell me that? I'm gonna get back to the answering the question, but can anybody answer that question? Do y'all know why Dunkin' Donuts changed their name?
I know.
Nels View say yes, that's true. The 15-day challenge for the battery in my back. Yeah. Nels, you killed it. As a matter of fact, I was actually supposed to reach out to you to see if you would be willing to do like a sit down and we can do like an interview, just a little mini interview, talk about your journey, what you expected versus, what you got out of it. My virtual address forwards all my mail to my address at home. Yeah, no doubt. I get mail forwarded, just referring to bulk mail because they charge extra from my understanding, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Sometimes they do, but also you can, like I say, you can, if you wanted to go to your address, you can. Be wary that sometimes because you used another address, they'll accidentally 1 month might update it in the system and have your home address instead of your business address showing. So that, but definitely you can. You can also just call and ask them how they go about that.
Appreciate you, Nels View. I'll reach out here in the next couple of days. I know you're a busy woman. So I'm gonna see if we can set it up almost pretty much like this. And you know what? I'm gonna make it like where it's mutually beneficial. So one, we can use it for what we need to, but also that you can use it to advertise what you do. You know what I'm saying? See y'all, I'm talking about relationships. Relationships are different.
All right. Any other questions
Any other questions? Any other
before we
questions?
get off of here? And I want to for those of you that may maybe not know, when it comes to a virtual address, what they're saying, a virtual address, if you don't have an actual brick and mortar, then you need to have a virtual address. You do not need to have your home address for your business. One thing about it is it really puts you at risk. I don't know if y'all know, but lately people have been really crazy, pulling up to people's house, robbing them. This even the celebrities and stuff. So do you really want to put your family at risk? So it's just like, also when it comes to funding, they looking at that. Like I told you, they want to see if you're an established company. They don't want to Google your address and pull up it's a residential. They want to see an actual commercial property. So if you are working out of your house, you don't have a physical location, go ahead, spend a little bit of dollars right there and get you an actual virtual address. One, to protect yourself, and also two, just so you can maximize the funding and credit that you get within your business.
I'm gonna leave y'all on this note, okay? The SBA will fund startups. The SBA will fund startups. However, what they deem a startup to be, you can't come in just because you got a DBA doesn't mean that you're a startup. No, you're not what they're talking about. Now, if you have your LLC and you have your website and you have all of these other things that's a part of your structure that we drive to you guys' head all the time, now you're deemed to be a startup and you can access some of those funds now. But you have to put some work in. You have to put a little money in upfront to get your structure together so you can get the bank's money. You got to come legit. Y'all just keep that in mind. I'm leave you with that one. Trust me, I know. I don't pull up to them people with a DBA. So like, yeah, what's up? I'm legit. It's like, sir, do you have this? I'm like, no. What about this? Nope. None of that. I'm like, all right. You got nothing for you then, pimp. And they're not gonna tell you because you don't have a professional website and a business phone number and an actual location that they're not gonna give you funds because of it. Nobody gonna tell you that. Credit cleanse is. And look, the game is changing. It's constantly evolving. Wells Fargo is one of the first ones to peep. Like, oh, y'all using virtual addresses? Now we're not going to accept those no more. That's just the nature of the beast. They don't want poor people to become rich. They don't want us to have, and I say us, because I'm one of the people. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you see me, I'm one of the people. They don't want us to have access to the same things that these big businesses have. So if you keep waiting around, if you keep just, you know what I'm saying, shucking and jiving, thinking everything is sweet, opportunities are going to pass you by. When it comes to the credit game, it literally gets harder and harder every year, probably every quarter. They restrict this, they change that, they're making it harder. You know how easy it was for this credit stuff in 2017 compared to now? And talk to somebody that's been doing it since 2006. They're like, oh man, you could dispute anything, it was coming off. But like, yo, now the game's changed. So y'all look, y'all better get right. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm off that. Look, I love y'all. I'm your bro Keem.
And I'm your girl Kyra.
And we are your credit cleanse team.
Yes, yes.
Get your life together, get that credit together, especially that business credit.